more what he's thinking and how he strategizes because he's Malik always breaking fights down. He always watching them. I never seen no one like him. They go day in
Nobody
and day
like him.
out. That's all he do, boxing, day in and day out. He been doing that ever since he was
There
12
ain't
years
nobody
old.
like Malik Scott.
And I
Don't
only started
forget
this
it.
sport when
PD
21 years
salute.
old. So it's a perfect relationship, and I always wanted to bring him onto the team, but always it was that position was always occupied. And I'm a loyal person. If you with me,
That
I'm with
position
you.
was
We'll get
occupied.
you to the end. For the
You
notice,
believe this guy?
sometimes
Can
people
y'all
misuse
motherfuckers
this
believe this guy? He
as a
can't be
situation.
serious, man.
And when you
Boxing
need
God
yourself to be
salute. What's
truthful
good, family? Timmy Nealon
to
salute.
those
My guy
people.
from across the
And now
pond. What it do, bruv?
things are open, man. It was a no-brainer
This
to
guy
bring him
can't
on
be
there.
serious, man.
I brought Malik on there
Oh,
after the
God.
fight. We
Smoke. What it
started coming up
do?
with strategies and plans
Oh,
right after the
man.
fight. And
Oh,
Right after
boy.
the fight, you brought him on as your lead trainer then. Is that what you're saying?
Malik Scott is the elite trainer that the world has been waiting for. That Wilder's going to salvage his career and resurrect that motherfucker about the toilet. He's going to rise and be resurrected from the damn diarrhea. Yo, Wilder was Malik Scott's chef at one point in his life. He embraced him. He took him in. He started cooking for his whole family. The whole Nina, man. The whole Nina, man. I didn't know that, Wilder and Malik Scott were so close, so joined at the bosom, man. I didn't know. Gerald Fields, salute. The Soul Survivor Reborn, salute. Can't breathe in this thing. You tell your wife to make them next time. Merle Dixon, salute. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, how do you go from being the quietest guy in the world to being the most talkative guy in the world? Oh my God, man. Blessing to you and yours too, Merle. For real. Salute. Did you hear Wilder say 4 white guys versus 1 black man? Oh man, Jesus Christ, man. Did he really say that? And if he said that, link me. Please link me because I would like to digest all of that and I would like to try to digest all of that, break it down and put it out there for Reaper Gang Radio. I'm like, yo, this dude Ray Flores is a joke too, man. He's a motherfucking joke, man. Yo, like, one thing I don't like, right? Wilder was saying some stuff in this interview and they censored him and cut him out. He was about to say something about drug cheats and all types of stuff, but they kind of silenced him, act like they had a malfunction or whatever, and brought him back after the fact, and they didn't air that part of the interview. Man, look, man, if the dude got something on his chest, let him speak it. I'm not the biggest fan of Deontay Wilder's delusions, but I do believe in a motherfucker being fair. I do believe in a person being able to speak their truth. I do believe in a person being able to express however they're feeling at that time, especially in the fight game. And regardless of whatever, let him have his time to say his piece. Regardless of what, let that man speak his truth, man. That just shows everything that the PBC constantly says. How these dudes is bosses. How these guys is how they bosses. How they elite fighters. How they in control of their own careers. We know that shit is a lie. Shout out to the face of boxing's eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, that little joker, yo, look, beyond Wilder, that dude Ray Flores right there, I wouldn't trust that motherfucker with a fine-tooth comb. And trust me, he got plenty up in his motherfucking drawer. I couldn't trust that dude, man. It's my shit, man. It's my shit, man. I got my little joint and everything. Got my joint. Look, the mask got a little bit more definitive, guys. I got, you know what I'm saying, my tattoos tear from the barrios. I got my tattoo tears from the barrios. You know, I was putting work on these streets. You know what I mean? I ran across the guy, got sliced in the face. Then you know what I mean? I got the truth tattooed on my forehead. PBC's Black Klansman. White power. PBC's Black Lantern says, white power. Oh, I gotta be careful saying stuff like that too, because them motherfuckers on YouTube don't be playing about shit like that. That's the whole reason. It wasn't even the reason, but them motherfuckers took my monetization and some more shit for less shit than that. Slide tendencies, what it do? Fah Fah. Glad you in the building. See, man, yo. Did you guys catch that? Did you catch that Bob Arum? Did y'all catch that Bob Arum interview this morning? Y'all catch that? Y'all catch that Sky premiere that fucking Bob Arum interview or whatever? What the fuck was he talking about? He was talking about the fights between Fury and Joshua. How do you go from completely defecating on everything that is Anthony Joshua, everything that is Matchroom Boxing, and then go to the home of Matchroom Boxing, which is their other benefactor, which is their broadcasting network and Sky Sports, and then you got the nerve to act like, and then speak like you coming from a genuinely heartfelt place, and it's not matching up with what you was just saying the other day. God damn it. Yuck. Do that shit like every time I go on roll. I'm not feeling this dude, man. This dude got some real issues, man. And they need to be adjusted. Because guess what? The face of boxing don't approve. I don't approve. I don't approve. Like all of these dudes, like, yo, fight fans, Reaper gang family, Reapers. At this point in my life, I'm a firm believer that it's time. It is time for this gentleman to take a nice long nap. Cryogenically. However it goes, I think it's time that he the James. You're right. Nobody beats Father Tom, but how is he consistently doing it? This freaking decrepit gargoyle. Like, what is up with this dude, man? Yo, this guy's disturbing. Disturbing. Like, yo. Now he's up here talking about. They asked him a question. They was like, which fight do you think is tougher? Do you think the fight for the Deontay Wilder fight is tougher for Tyson Fury, or do you think the Deontay Wilder fight? Freeze his head next to Walt Disney. Yeah, bring those motherfuckers back together and put them in a TV show. That shit'll be epic. Yo, he is a very creepy dude. He's a very creepy dude. Gerald, I don't know why you don't got a wrench. You should have a wrench. Yeah, he's a very creepy dude. Very creepy dude. He's a very disturbing individual. But at the same time, when it comes time for this guy to perform and say whatever is pertaining to whatever's going on in the boxing world. I got ADD like shit, so I be bouncing all over the place. Like I can talk about one thing and then quickly think of something else. Like, he'd be sharp as fuck sometimes. But then there's other times he'll like get away from his counterparts. He'll get away from all of the people that he's dealing with. Now all of a sudden, this dude is like this dude, he act like he got it all together. Like, yeah, he got it all together, like he didn't shit on fucking Matchroom Boxing, like he didn't crap on Anthony Joshua. Now he's just got it all together. Like, I just can't with this guy. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Victor, salute. What's up, family? Fah Fah. You already know what it is. The Reaper's in the building. Yes, the Reaper's in the building. Dragon leg. Let's go. Let's go. So, I want you guys, look, you guys aren't going to be able to hear it because I'm actually watching on my flat screen or whatever. This guy was asked about Josh Taylor. If you guys heard the interview, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Sky just premiered it, just like, a few minutes ago or whatever. Like, I literally probably just woke up like an hour or so ago. But in the interview, he was asked about Josh Taylor. And you know, he was like, yeah, you know, Josh Taylor is top ranked pretty boy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants a piece of him. You know, Tiafimo is coming in high. He wants a Josh Taylor fight. That is a fight that idiot should absolutely stay away from. Tiafimo cannot beat that boy. I repeat, he cannot beat that boy. Tiafimo is Mr. I get my ass whooped in sparring. He be eating jabs. Guess what? The face of boxing doesn't approve. Oh yeah, we gonna cook today. We gonna cook today. Listen, man. He said, "Oh yeah, Josh. You know, Tiafimo said that he wants smoke with him, and then he was talking about Josh Taylor, how Josh Taylor wants to move up to 147 after he defends and fights Jack Catterall, and he wants some of Terrence Crawford." My man. But all in all, when talking about this, Bob Arum expressed how he really wants Teofimo Lopez to fight Vasily Lomachenko. And the more and more I think about this from a business aspect, from a business standpoint, let's be clear here. That fight is bigger now than it ever was. That fight is more pay-per-view now than it ever was. Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko truly makes a lot of sense. But Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez makes a lot more sense right now. If that does not happen, and Bob Arum always comes out and says shit that is going to slow that down, I do believe that Vasily Lomachenko, given if he smashes Nakatani, that should be the fight that he takes. Now, let's not get it twisted. That ain't no easy fight, but this is the point I wanted to make, y'all. Y'all know what this motherfucker Bob Arum said? He was like, you know, he said, you know, T.O.'s got options. You know, he could do the, you know, he could fight. I would really like to have him fight Lomachenko, but you know, Lomachenko's got this really tough fight coming up against the tough Japanese kid, Navarrete, who just knocked out Felix Verdejo. Yo, he called Masaroshi Nagatani Emmanuel Navarrete, yo. He said Navarrete knocked out Felix Verdejo, and that's the fight you know he would like to put together. Are you see now? That yo, if you didn't see it, go watch the Sky interview with Bob Arum today. You gonna hit the floor rolling in hysterical suspense. I promise you that. This dude, oh my God, yo, I'm telling you, it's almost like you have to believe that boxing is littered with. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't make no sense of this dude. But how many of you guys truly believe that Teofimo Lopez should go ahead and fight Vasily, though? Because I got a feeling they already, because you know this shit already been pushed back to August. If don't nobody know, George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez will not be fighting until August. And I'm like, COVID is still a thing? Like, that's still a thing? People catching or whatever? Like, if I caught a cold, I mean, shit, that's COVID. If I got a baby fever, that's COVID. If I have a slight, if I have a slight, you know what I'm saying, like influx of phlegm in my lungs, that's a symptom of COVID. COVID is no more than the common cold, and then we stress about COVID. We have to understand COVID has a 99.9% recovery rate for anybody under the age of 50. What are we doing? 2 months? I think he already knew this shit. Y'all, did you see the interview with him and Kambosos face to face down the split and how they was talking to one another? What was Teofimo Lopez doing the whole time? Sipping tea in goddamn Florida. The devil has signed so many contracts with Bob Arum, he has carpal tunnel syndrome. Shout out to all the Shout out to all the elder gang members. Grab my hand. Grab my good hand. Y'all remember that scary movie shit? No, just take my hand. Just take my hand. Bob Arum is losing touch with reality so fast, bro. It is like, yo, like, I don't think he understands how much of a disrespect that is to call the jet that, and it's borderline like racist, bro. Like, you straight up called a Japanese fighter a Mexican, and you called him Mexican a Japanese fighter. That is so politically incorrect on so many levels. The face of boxing does not approve. The face of boxing does not approve. I don't. This is craziness. I finally started making adjustments to the costume to the point where I actually can live in it. Like, I can take drinks out of it better. I can smoke blunts out of it better. Shit, I can even smoke a bowl out of this thing without even catching the front on fire, man. I'm going places. Leonard Ellaby's nose has a little bit more definition. And shout out to the face of boxing's eyebrows once again. PBC's Black Lantern. That would be a real nice rematch. T.O. versus Loma. Bro, smoke. That's what we need to see. That's what we need to see. At this point, I'm all for it. I see what he's trying to do. And everybody, and yo, Bob Arum, old, lies, and tells the truth all at the same goddamn time. Like, if you look at this dude, you can see, yo, does Teofimo really got COVID? Or did they push this fight back to August so they can some way try to stay away from an Eddie Hearn negotiation? And then they could turn around and then put Vasily Lomachenko in the driver's seat to fight Teofimo Lopez after fighting Masaroshi Nagatani. Because, look, here's the deal. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez took Masaroshi Nagatani as his first choice, or that was the fighter that he wanted to just go ahead and get in the driver's seat with. I guarantee they put him in that position, and his management, because he got the same promoter, he got the same manager that Kovalev got, right? What's that dude's name, man? I see that dude everywhere and still don't know his name. The promoter for Kovalev, the manager for Kovalev, the manager for Lomachenko, the manager for Usyk. Yeah, I mean, that dude, he be everywhere. Hard worker too. But I think they set this, I think they kind of knew what they were planning to do in the beginning. And I really don't think that Bob Arum ever wanted a Teofimo Lopez to be a champion, because I'm going to tell you why. Bob Arum would rather have these type of niggas. Robot ass niggas, man. He needs robots. He needs people he can manipulate. And Vasily Lomachenko was one of them dudes. He a part of that go along, get along game. Not saying that he don't think for himself, but he ain't real outspoken, and he's a lot more humble. And I don't think that Vasily Lomachenko's career is driven by money. I think he's just driven by being able to just take care of himself and more or less being more glory at a game than the gifts that the game has to offer. I think this guy just truly enjoys boxing and wants to be mentioned in the atmospheres in the stratosphere with some of the greatest boxers that ever lived. And I could be wrong about that, but because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I truly believe. I think he's an old school fighter. Look at the way he moved. You know what I'm saying? So it seems to me that they're setting this thing up in a way where they want Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez to meet in the fall, or Teofimo Lopez, if that shit is forced upon his plate, watch that motherfucker run to 140. I'm too big. The face of boxing doesn't approve. If Nagatani wins, he deserves a rematch. If Nagatani wins, he deserves a rematch. With Teofimo, I agree with that. I believe that he should be thrust into that mandatory, into being a mandatory challenger for, those titles. I think that, Masaroshi Nagatani has made a very good case of fighting for, undisputed. if you know Fideo, and then you go right out after that. You put on a debatable with Teofimo. You go out there and you motherfucking knock out Felix Verdejo, and then you go out there and you beat Vasily Lomachenko. Yeah, he's definitely deserving of fighting for all three of those things and the McDonald's French fry Fembot belt. He's definitely deserving of all that. My nigga, boxing god. T.O. gonna fight in August. His wife having a baby in October. So somewhere in February or March, and I'm gonna try to pitch us a Loma versus Lopez on pay-per-view. I'm telling you, bruh, the writing on the wall. We talk about shit like this so much, bro. It's easy to see. These dudes think they be outsmarting people with the moves they make. But if you look at their patterns of behavior and how they move amongst their stables, you already know that that's how these dudes get down. And for real, stop, you know what I'm saying? Like stop moving like slime balls behind the scenes, bro. Just be 1000% realistic about what it is. Because when y'all do goofball shit like this, the face of boxing just doesn't approve. You know what I mean? Alexander Krausik. Aegis Climbers. Yeah. Aegis Climbers. That's his name. Appreciate that. If Loma beats Nakatami, well, it's going to take away from Lopez and win, in my opinion. It should. Like, yo, have you guys not been paying attention to this dude, Teofimo? Have y'all not been paying attention to this dude, Teofimo? Oh my God. Oh my God. The face of boxing gotta tell y'all, man. This dude get punched in the face. Oh my God, this dude getting punched in the face more than timid children get and walking down the hallway getting pressed by they freaking most feared bully. Like, this dude gets beat up in sparring regularly. Y'all show me one current sparring video where you seen Teofimo Lopez getting the best of somebody outside of sneaking them when they back ain't turned and trying to hit him with a dirty punch. I'm really starting to not like this dude character, man. Look, it's getting to the point to where I'm becoming less of a fan of Teofimo and I'm becoming more of a fan of Vasily Lomachenko. Not that there was any favoritism on both sides, but I liked what that kid, the type of energy that kid was bringing. But in a lot of ways, this kid is showing me that he a sucker, man. I don't care about the interviews. I'm never going to be that type of dude where people want to sit down with me because I'm going to drill them with tough questioning. But when we hit that 50K subscriber, 100K subscriber mark down the line or whenever that take place, that's when niggas ain't going to have no choice but to sit with the Reaper. They ain't going to have no choice but to sit with the Reaper. Then you're going to have to answer all of these tough questions. Then they're going to be in that Reaper gang hot seat. But I'm just becoming less of a fan of the dude. But I'm telling you, you tell me one time you ain't seen Teofimo Lopez recently and he ain't been getting his ass whooped. By everybody. 17-year-old fighters, 16-year-old fighters, 22-year-old fighters. Niggas just be putting hands on that boy on a regular basis. That's why I'm starting to believe you don't want to take that rematch, Slim, because if it was easy as you made it out to be, and if you was going body mans the way you said you was going body mans, then why ain't you out there bodying mans and them then? I wait. Because you went 12 with Nakatani, and Felix Verdejo knocked him all on his ass more than once. So Felix Verdejo has more power than you? Oh. Face him. Two hands ain't come to play with y'all. Yeah. Two hands ain't come to play with y'all. He on your ass, ain't he? Two hands on your motherfucking ass, ain't he? Pause. Y'all keep fucking with two hands the Reaper. Yeah. Face of boxing approves. Just a little third person shit. Two hands, Fah Fah, off topic. Who you got? Mean Machine or Ortiz? Ooh, that's a goodie, bro. I think like for real, I like Virgil Ortiz's skill set, man. But I mean, like the fight with Sammy Vargas, you know, But he did go out there and look really great against Mighty Mo Hooker. But when we talk about fights, styles make fights, man. Aegis Kavaluskas is a fucking huge, strong welterweight. And people don't give him his respect because you already know it's that go along, get along, suck me off gang over there, over at the PBC. And you already know the PBC's Black Klansmen don't approve. Like, so at the end of the day, I'm going for Virgil. I'm definitely going for Virgil because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in skills pay the bills. But don't think, it's not on my mind that bully pressure that Aegis Kavaluskas is going to bring is not going to make it a long night for Virgil Ortiz, because I do not see this fight being a short night at all, because I do not think that Virgil Ortiz for 1 second hits harder than Terrence Crawford. Yeah, Alexander Krosick, yeah, something like that, man. Yeah, Usyk manager, yeah, everywhere. Shit, like you always see him with Kathy Duva, shit like that. I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta pull up a picture of him. Right now, I'm not on StreamYard or whatever. I'm in StreamYard jail. Gotti Line, what it do, King? Everything's good, man. You know what it is, man. We just handling Reaper Gang business. We bought the sickle. We going to work. Taking all of the souls back to the bank. T.O. is like the Tyson. Salute, PD. T.O. is like the Tyson Fury of the 135 division, man. Isn't he, though? Isn't he starting to become that? Okay, I really want to ask you guys a serious fucking question. I really do. Has Teofimo Lopez's likeness, has he diminished his likeness in your eyes, or has he increased his likeness in your eyes? 1 in the chat if he's diminished it. 2 if he's increased it. I think Lopez has problems with the Loma fight. He seems to think he's dominated Loma, and he acts frustrated. Man, like, yeah, bro, like, I'm telling, it's just the way he responds to it and the level of apprehension and the way he blows it off. Like, he act like he pitched a full-on shutout and he's letting his daddy's delusions, you know, run with his talking points or whatever. I understand that once you pitch a narrative out in the fucking mainstream media or in social media, because they suck you guys off, that they're going to continuously, you know, they'll feed that and put that out there because, you know, most of these guys, they, you know, clickbaiting is the wackest shit in the world. And if you still clickbaiting, then you a lame motherfucker. Dog, like, I just can't rock with it. So they're gonna put out what they're portraying in those interviews, and I just believe that he's just kind of running with his father's talking points, and his father suffers from delusions of the grandeur. We know that. You gotta appreciate Loma's boxing integrity and willingness to fight almost anyone. Dog, I'm a huge fan of Loma. It's just Lomachenko. I don't want to see Lomachenko tarnish his career by trying to do shit for other people, or consistently trying to make these drastic jumps up in weight. Like it's beneficial to him in the future longevity of his career, because Lomachenko has the kind of style to where he can be around for a lot longer and win a lot more belts, get a lot more accolades than a lot of other individuals, because his skills and his offensive, defensive prowess can carry him that far if he chooses to. But when you're trying to jump up, and that's with these young, real imposing killers that really don't have no more business than maybe 1 or 2 fights at being at 135 pounds. You probably not even saying anything about a weight limit or whatever. You probably not catch weighting these boys. So they probably coming in this joint blowing up to 147 plus when they fight you. After the night of weigh-in, Lomachenko's only going to come in that joint and weigh 134, 135 pounds, soak and wet, even after he hydrates. He still only came in that fight 135 pounds, 135, 138 pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nathan Kerr, salute, Brody. How you feeling? Says afternoon, morning, and evening, 2 hands in the chat. Yeah, man, you know we all over the world. We global, baby. We all over the world with this science talk, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's night for some, it's morning for some, it's afternoon for some. Over here on the East Coast currently, it is a beautiful, morning teetering into the afternoon. And we just feeling great, man. And we just tapping in with the people and we just gonna talk boxing, man. And we just gonna do what we do, man. That's what it's about, man. Look at that. Look at all of them damn ones. Look at all of them damn ones. Look at all of them ones. That is saddening. That is absolutely saddening. For real. Because that kid should be liked. And what I mean by that is not saying you guys pressed the wrong button, because you absolutely pressed the right button, because I'm right there with you. He's diminishing his likeness in my eyes. I cannot keep being a fan of this guy when all of the dude, I've dealt with your father. I've dealt with your father. He's an ass. He's an asshat. 1000%. He's an asshat. And guess what? The motherfucking face of boxing does not approve, motherfucker. I've dealt with your dad, man. I've dealt with your father. I've dealt with you. I've seen how you climb. I've seen where you came from. I've seen how you give it up. And I'm watching how you move now, bro. And the way you moving now, you're a fucking disappointment. You're a disappointment because your actions, your reactions, and what people been saying about you and shit like that, you're a real emotional dude, man. He's a really emotional character. I'm still a fan of Teofimo, don't get it twisted. But as far as his likeness, yeah, he is getting a little out of pocket with me, y'all. 1000%. He's getting out of pocket. And it's this egotistical, you know what I'm saying? Now, you should have a level of ego, but I do believe there's ego, and then there's just fucking delusions. And then there's just this shit is there's ego, there's cocky. That's the best way I could put it. You can have an ego, but then there's just being cocky. Like, I mean, STC, you kind of on an island by yourself right now, but hey man, that's how you feel. It's diminishing his likeness in my eyes. The dude ain't doing nothing but saying dickhead shit, man, and he doing dickhead shit. So Mickey Dub, he's increased his likeness with you. So out of everybody who's put in a number, y'all the only two to think that. And that's cool. That's cool. But he's not increasing his likeness in my eyes, because I'm telling you what's going to happen right after this. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Just watch. Better yet, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Just keep watching the movie on your own, because I'm not here to try to sway anybody's beliefs. You're going to find out. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna find out. Man, dog, I roll. Man, can't nobody tell me nothing about Teofimo, because I rolled harder for that nigga when most of y'all didn't even believe in him. When most of y'all didn't even believe he was gonna beat the dude. I was the one telling y'all it was gonna be absolutely different. So, at the end of the day, I'm just saying that the niggas, he's just flawed in character, man. He flawed in character, and niggas can't just say that's boxing talk. Nah. Some of the shit is goofy shit. He say some goofy ass, nut ass shit. Like, he been acting like, ever since he got them belts, he running around acting like he undisputed. He got his head in the fucking clouds. You constantly talking about fighters that you really not trying to engage with. You know what I'm saying? You making all of these fucking you making all of these so-called moves. Like, bro, like, stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Dude is becoming a train wreck. And he's gonna be he's gonna be explosive to his own devices, man. I know when I see niggas starting to come apart and become unhinged when it comes to this fighting shit, man. He's starting to become a little fucking unhinged, man. And all of this shit and a little bit of this shit that he's starting to get, bro, going to his fucking head. The way he dealing with George Kambosos and shit like that, like, I'm telling y'all, man, this nigga likeness, like the world is not really rocking with this nigga character right now. And I don't fucking blame him, because I'm not really rocking with the nigga character right now. And y'all know how I get down. I love cocky dickhead shit. I love, alpha machismo. I love dudes that talk that shit, but there's a level of talking that shit, and then there's a level of fucking you just on some straight up bullshit. When dude asked that man questions about, El Rey or whatever, he act like this man wasn't doing his fucking job. Like, how dare you ask me any fucking questions? Like, he's coming off like a entirely different individual, man. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. What do you think about Joe Joyce versus Carlos Takam? Man, Takam is like 40 years old. You know, ever since he signed with freaking Top Rank, I believe he's only had one fight with the promotion, and I believe it was Jerry Forrest. And you know, he's been completely inactive. So it's just like, I don't know how good of a fight that could be right now. I don't know how much Takam has left in his tank, but clearly there's something. I mean, he beat Jerry Forrest, if you want to put any type of stank on that. But is it a decent fight? Yeah, I think it's a decent fight. I think it's something that Joe Joyce can learn from. But to be perfectly honest, I would like to see Joe Joyce engage with somebody in the more of the higher side of the top 10. I would like to see him probably get in a battle with somebody like Cuban fighter. Cuban fighter that fought Dylan White. Oscar Rivas. I would like to see him fight a guy like Oscar Rivas who's going to fight a Carlos Takam. That'd be a good fight. You know, and I think he would have a lot to learn from that fight because Oscar Boom Rivas, he's got a nasty, mean overhand right. Got a nasty hook too. And he's kind of explosive and kind of quick, twitchy, short. Is going to have to get inside your wheelhouse. I would like to see, you know, Joe Joyce have to operate, deal with somebody of his strength, size, and speed. I think, you know, Joe Joyce getting hit by a guy like that and how he deals with it would say a lot about Joe Joyce. And I just think that would be a great win on his record. It'd be a better win than the Carlos Takam. And I think that it would be like, I would have to look at Joe Joyce in a way like, yo, man, Joe Joyce has really been doing his thing. But the fucked up part about Joe Joyce's situation and the imagination of Joe Joyce is Joe Joyce has been put in a position to where Joe Joyce is being devalued in a company where he just beat their so-called guy that is a WBA interim fucking heavyweight champion right now. How is Daniel Dubois a WBA interim fucking heavyweight champion right now and Joe Joyce in possession of fucking Commonwealth belts and WBA fucking international fucking titles? If that's the case, take the WBA gold and fucking let him fight Daniel Dubois again and let him take that shit from him and see if he can get in that position. Because truthfully, you should be more invested in Joe Joyce than you are Daniel Dubois, because that kid is trash. And to be perfectly honest, I know Joe Joyce is slow or whatever, but he's methodical in his approach. He's heavy-handed. He's highly experienced. He's went through the wars with some of the better heavyweight cruiserweights that have come through this sport that we love called boxing. And I think that he should be treated a little bit better than the way they're treating him, because the treatment is a little unfair and I'm just not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with it at all, because I don't see how he beats your dude that quit on his freaking knees, and everybody made excuses for him, which I wouldn't. Shout out to Ebony Bridges. You know what I mean? And he's getting better treatment and put in better position. You're trying to put him in a better position than Joe Joyce? And it's only because Daniel Dubois is the younger fighter. I truly believe that. But we really need to have that Daniel Dubois conversation too, because Bogdan Dinu don't say shit. How the fuck do you get a WBA interim heavyweight title after just losing to fucking Joe Joyce and fighting Bogdan Dinu, a Romanian task force police officer who clearly is 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door? I will say that shit time and time again, because those are the facts. Shout out to all my Reapers though. Shout out to all my Reapers though. And the face of boxing. Where you at, the face of boxing? The face of boxing approves. T.O. gone backwards since outpointing the blown up featherweight. He's trying to achieve greatness. Who you mean, PED? Because you know these comments be coming in. Loma could dominate 130, to be honest. He could. That's the division he needs to be at. 135 isn't necessarily for him. Like, after what I just saw from Shakur Stevenson, he need to go down there and fight Shakur. After what I just saw from Shakur Stevenson, he need to go down there and fight Shakur. He can beat Shakur's ass. Yeah. He can beat Shakur's ass. He'll light Shakur's ass all the fuck up. I don't care what nobody say. We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. He'll beat Shakur's ass. I'm judging his skills, nothing else. His skills aren't, I mean, I don't know how you guys clearly rate his skill. Like I was speaking on, but that wasn't the question, STC. The question was, how do you feel about his likeness? I was speaking towards his likeness as a human being and how he's carrying himself inside and outside of the ring. So if you're putting a 2 in there based on his fucking skill set, nothing more, then you shouldn't even respond to that, because that wasn't even the question I presented to you. It's almost like he's auditioning to be signed by Uncle Al and going to PBC Island. I'm trying to tell y'all one thing. Y'all motherfuckers, like a lot of y'all motherfuckers, man, and I'm not talking about y'all or whatever, man. Anybody can take it how they want to take it. I don't think niggas really be knowing what they be watching in boxing matches for real. Niggas is so enamored with power, but they know nothing about skill and technique. Y'all niggas is quick to exalt and throw a guy so up there and then completely ignore all of his deficiencies because what? You seen him knock out a couple people? Fuck out of here. And I'm telling you, Teofimo is very deficient in a lot of areas. And people just act like they blind to it because they happy for him. It's bigger than just, I'm trying to tell you. What? I'm trying to tell you. The revolution will be televised. I don't just talk shit. Trust and believe, I don't just talk shit. There's a reason why I be standing on islands by myself when it be coming to picking some of these motherfucking fights. Dragon Leg, I agree, that fight needs to happen soon. Joyce will jab his head off. Yeah, man, Joyce gonna get that dude a fundamental boxing lesson, man. That motherfucker just might as well just leave it alone, man. Because all Joyce gonna do is just keep him at the end of the stick, bop, bop, and fire that bitch off. Anyone think they faked the COVID? Bro, yo, I just said that. I literally just said that like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, in my own vague way, but I definitely said that. Right or wrong. Like, I literally think, look at what was going on. The dude was sipping big bowls of tea during his interview. Sipping big things of tea, acting like he wasn't in his best, like, and then all of a sudden, now the fight's pushed back to August. Bob Arum's coming out. We've already got articles saying that they don't have no interest. He don't got no interest in making that Devin Haney fight for real. Then we got motherfucking, now it's pushed back to August, and now Masoroshi Nakatani and Vasily Lomachenko were all taking place within weeks of one another. And do you guys think that's by coincidence? Do you? Hey, I'm telling you, man, I don't just be talking shit. Joe Joyce wants AJ, not Usyk now. AJ can't get undisputed. Feel bad for him. I think we all feel bad for Anthony Joshua not getting undisputed. But you want to know the beauty about Anthony Joshua's career? He's going to go ahead and fight Alexander Usyk, and it's a 99.9% chance that he's going to blast him and knock him the fuck out. Like, look, man, you can't tell, nobody in their right mind can tell me, after you just witnessed this dude fight Derek Chisora and how apprehensive he was about Derek Chisora's power and staying on the outside, being on his bicycle all night with a Derek Chisora, and how he fought with Chaz Witherspoon before that, and how it took him forever to wilt him and break him down. So it just shows that he does not have one punch knockout power. He don't have he has to break you down over consistency through repetition, through punch output, round by round by round. You ain't gonna get all of that time with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's straight right hand or Anthony Joshua's uppercut or hook is going to find you way before that. And Anthony Joshua is a lot faster than people give him credit for. I promise you that. He fast. Because he ain't shit. Shout out to my nigga Javi, man. Shout out to my nigga Javi, man. Reaper Gang Radio, we make it. Reaper Gang Radio, we got the sound bites at ESPN, you know what I'm saying? For a nice price, I will let you get them business for the Lowski. Joyce is a solid fighter. He is, man. Like he got the perfect name, the Juggernaut, man. He built like a big ass fucking heavyweight cyborg and shit like that. Real good, nice structure, real good, nice strong chin and bottom, nice, you know what I'm saying, nice frame. Dude is, you know what I mean? He's just, if he just had like one other thing, one or two other natural intangibles that certain other fighters have, boy, there's a very strong chance that we probably would be saying that he's the perfect European fighter. Yes, T.O., two hands. T.O.'s immature and a goof all the times and not moving the right way. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt at 20. Hey, Soccer Training Club, I feel you, dog, but I can't rock with that because at 22 years old, bro, I was taking care of my sister on my own. At 23 years old, you know what I'm saying? I was at 18 years old, I was living on my own, taking care of my family on my own. Doing mad shit on my own and having to survive out in this world and take shit seriously on my own. And I didn't have no strong father and mother dynamic in my household at all. So when dudes keep making excuses talking about they 22 and 23 and stuff like that, like maturity finds individuals who seriously are looking to be that. But you know, not like I said, this isn't an attack on or who people like, or this isn't an attack on what a person's personal beliefs are and feelings are about an individual. This is holding people accountable to what we always hold them accountable to. Fight fans, STC, everybody, not to single nobody out. This is what we hold. We talk about this all the time on Reaper Gang Radio. We talk about how they come and then how they go or whatever. And now it's just like, so when people all of a sudden they switch up and everything because they became a champion, I'm just supposed to stop being the person I am because this nigga's acting a whole different way. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Nope, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because believe it or not, look how young Shakur Stevenson is. And I see more maturity coming out of Shakur Stevenson at a younger, fresh 21, 22 than Teofimo had it into being 23, 24, whatever. Like, he getting it. Daniel is trash. He still looked like the same. He still looked the same in his last fight. Man, that dude's a bum, man. That dude's a bum. Toby Bartlett, salute. Joe Joyce is about 35, but Dubois is like 22, 23. I think Warren is looking at the long term. I literally just said that, don't ask me. I literally just said that. That's the only reason why he's doing that, because, you know, he's the younger, fresher fighter, and he's going to have more longevity in him. He's thinking more long term. But still, man, if you're looking at your product, my whole thing is this, bro. Stop trying to build fucking castles out of sand, man. Motherfuckers be trying to take motherfuckers and put shit on them that they are absolutely not, and just think that's going to work out for them. Nah, bro. Like, for real, you're not going to make Daniel Dubois. You're not going to make Daniel Dubois something he's not, bro. And one thing Daniel Dubois is, he's a person that can't defend himself. Daniel Dubois don't know what to do when the jab coming at him. Daniel Dubois I'm not impressed. Not impressed. But yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Again, Bob Merriman is a demon or a devil. Bud should buy out his contract. I believe that Bud has one fight left on this contract, and then he up out of here. I believe this is Bud's last year on Top Rank. And I don't believe that he's reeing up. Bernie the Boxer has made that very clear, that them boys is not reeing up. Reaper, who you got, F.A. Frank Sanchez? I ain't even had to read the rest of that shit. Hey, Mickey, I ain't even had to read the rest of that shit, fam. Frank Sanchez gonna fuck F.A. Jogba up. Watch. He's knocking him out. How about that? For all you F.A. Jogba fans, how about that? Frank Sanchez is gonna knock your boy out. How about that? F.A. Jogba has no skills. He's a freaking bum. He's freaking slower than Joe Joyce, and he ain't got half of the skill set. I'm so sick of this dude wasting referees and fans' times, man. I'm so sick of this dude. I've never liked that dude. And I be hating how, and I think for real, FA probably gets a little bit more harsh criticism from me because how YouTube boxing treated him or whatever. Because when F.A. Ajagba was just over at the PBC with less than 10 fights, people was talking about he gonna be the next dude to beat Anthony Joshua. Man, the face of boxing does not approve. Stop talking this crazy stuff, man. F.A. Ajagba was 1-800 dial junk. 1-800 junk. I'm just waiting for the blue goddamn going dumpsters to pull up outside the ring and drag his bum ass up out, man. F.A. Ajagba was 1000% hoarder trash. Hoarder trash. He's straight trash. 1000% freaking bubble guppy, man. That dude don't have a skill set. He don't have no speed. All of this so-called thump he say he got. I don't care about his right hand if you can see that joint from coming from across the street. I don't care about his right hand if you can see it coming from across the street. Shout out to the face of boxing's eyebrows. Are you kidding me? Frank Sanchez actually has a skill set. He comes out of that Cuban school of thought. And we already know how them boys get down. They be dripping and finesse. You know what I'm saying? Frank Sanchez gonna hurt that boy. I'm surprised that Top Rank put this thing together. Man, Eddie Reynoso gonna have that boy ready to... God damn it, I need some headache medicine. I love it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's the summer of boxing, baby. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Frank Sanchez is going to knock him out. F.A. Ajagba has never been in the ring with somebody that had any type of particular skill set. And even though Frank Sanchez wasn't his last performance, or was it his last fight that the dude got all weird in the ring? Or was it the fight before that? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. What fight was it where the dude got all weird in the ring with Frank Sanchez? I just think that, I just don't, look, man. Look, man, y'all know how I am. And y'all know I don't reserve my opinion when it comes to fighters that I do not like. When it comes skill set. He is ass, man. He's ass. And all of you black folks out here running around believing in Frank Sanchez because he's an African American now, or he is of the same skin color as you, you a damn idiot as well too. Because if that's who you betting your last bottom dollar on, I'm sorry, that bitch is about as worth as much as a penny with a goddamn hole in it. He's ass. He's 1000% sweaty butt cheeks. Yo, if the PBC willing to let your ass... If the PBC willing to just let you go without no that thing called apprehension. You know he ass, man. Y'all know he ass, man. Y'all know that dude sweaty butt cheeks, man. Y'all know that dude worth a penny with a hole in it, man. Y'all stop playing with me, man. Y'all know, man. You know what I think about F.A. Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez, Mickey. You know. You tune in more than 80% of the subs. You know. Stop playing with me. Y'all just want to see me go off about some shit. I'm not messing with y'all today, man. Y'all full of shit. I can't stand y'all, man. Y'all so full of shit. No, I can't stand y'all ass. Y'all just wanted to hear me talk about that dude, man. Oh, yeah, PD. Loma will whoop Shakur's ass. After what I just saw and what I've been seeing, yeah, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. Kid need a lot of time. For real? You know what? Jamel Herring is probably sitting there like, Nakatila, my man. Jay Kyle, what's up, brother? Too much defense can make you lose a fight. Like AB, don't want to use your hands. You gotta let your hands go. Ask Oscar De La Hoya. Ask Oscar De La Hoya why he lost against Felix Trinidad. Ask. Anybody will tell you. You left 3 to 4 rounds of backpedaling and just getting through it, because even though you did enough through the first 8 rounds or 9 rounds, even though you definitely did enough, you can't go 3 or 4 rounds on the back foot just scratching and surviving, regardless of whether that's what you were doing or not. The perception it leaves in people's minds, especially crowds. I tell people, that's why I always tell people, turn the sound off when you watch these boxing matches, because it shows you exactly what's going on. And clearly, you could tell that his countrymen, they was all right there with him. And they was like, yo, even the Mexican community, they wasn't feeling you just backing off. And that shit sways judges' opinions too. We saw it with Canelo versus Lara. It's the same thing Lara did, not on that level. Lara has an extremely slick style that I think that, there has to be something attributed to slicks as well. But you can't just go on the back pedal and not do anything for a few rounds, because judges do not take fondly to that at all. Always put out an output. That's why AB could have been one of the most deadly fighters that ever lived. We had a punch output of over 30 punches per round. If the motherfucker actually threw more than 5 punches, you can make people look bad all day long, but if you don't make them pay for it, then what? What did Tyson Fury learn from that first fight, guys? Yeah, I made Fury look bad. I made Wilder look bad. Yeah, I jabbed him up a little bit here and there, but I didn't make him pay for it. So what did he do in that second fight? He made sure that he jumped on his ass, pause, big pause, and made him pay for it. I can see Usyk beating I can't see Usyk beat. I take it, Jared Kyle, what do you mean? You can see Usyk beating Joshua, or you can't see him beating Joshua? I believe you were saying I can't see him beating Joshua. It's just Usyk, he's not big enough in the heavyweight division, man. And he's too apprehensive from the touch. And he was too excited coming out of that Derek Chisora fight. He was too happy coming out of that fight, like literally. He gave Derek Chisora so much respect because he literally was in the fight of his life. And if you didn't visualize it, go back and watch that fight again, and you will see how much. Matter of fact, I'm about to cut it on right now and cut the sound off. I like rewatching shit anyway. You'll see the apprehension. You'll see the apprehension in his eyes. You'll see it. You'll see the timid movement. You'll see the frantic. You know what I'm saying? The frantic backpedaling. You'll see the trying to control the chaos in spurts, but at the same time get out the way. But more importantly, you will see that those body shots and that ferocity come pouring on. He had a problem with that. And we know Derek Chisora to be a very strong individual, but we don't know him to be the king of the knockout artists in the heavyweight division. He's never been that. Very strong, ox-like fellow, 1,000%. But as far as, punching power, we've never known him to be the strongest puncher. So when I see him having that level of apprehension, when I see that you can't break down, it takes you 7 rounds to break down a Chaz Witherspoon, and then you go 12 with Derek Chisora, what does that show us, fight fans? That shows us that when he moved up a level in opposition, that he couldn't finish him. So when he moves up in another step in opposition, when it comes to Anthony Joshua going to finish him now. And speaking of that, because I read so many comments and get carried away in conversation and stuff like that. Speaking of that, what I wanted to say about that was, when I was speaking, when we were talking about it earlier, Anthony Joshua doesn't need Tyson Fury, and he doesn't need Deontay Wilder for his legacy to be complete. Look at it. After he beat Usyk, and say he fights Dillian White for the 3rd time, and say he even does Andy Ruiz again or something like that, or he fights another rough and rugged heavyweight. What more does the dude have to do? Yeah, he might not have had the opponent, but eventually somebody gonna step up. But it ain't his fault though. We just gotta thank him for all that he did for the heavyweight division in boxing, for all of the eyes that he put back on the sport. Because if it came down to Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, this sport would be, its vital signs would be flat line, people. Flat line, Reaper Gang family. Y'all my Reapers already know that. The boxing game would not be what it is right now if it wasn't for the research, if it wasn't for the UK taking this shit by storm, and Anthony Joshua and all of the energy that Matchroom, The Zone, John Skipper, and everybody that they poured all of these multi-billions of in promotion and shit like that to make it what it is. Because let's be serious, I don't care what nobody say. You can recycle fights all freaking year long, all you want to, and try to dress them up like they great because a couple of individuals you might be able to recognize their name, but that shit is not revitalizing what boxing is right now because you're putting on bum-ass fights in bum-ass atmospheres and you keep running rematch after rematch that nobody wants. Clearly, Sean Porter got his ass whooped by Keith Thurman in the first fight. I don't even see why people think it was close. I don't see why people thought it was close. You got to be able to distinguish, you know what I'm saying, the clean boxing from the dirty shit. Clean punches from punches that's kind of just... I don't want to see Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. I know, matter of fact, I do. Because I want to see Sean Porter get his ass whooped. I don't fuck with that dude. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Usyk was getting touched up by Chisora. These are facts, BJ Penn. Salute, homie. Tiafimo left New York to be clear of COVID and the Loma fight build up because of his asthma. Why has he not had the jab yet? Hand on my chin emoji, Toby. Hand on my chin emoji. You already know how I feel, family. You already know how I feel. Like I just said, man, we're just gonna follow patterns. We're gonna listen to how they use their words, and we're gonna follow, and once again, we're gonna follow patterns of behavior. And that's how we always address situations, and that's how we always come out on the more sound, the sound side of things, the less delusional, the less delusional side of things. And that's how we always give our best hypothetical interpretation of everything that happens to be taking place, whether it's currently in the boxing world or whether it's going to happen in the future of the near future of the boxing world. But we're not, you know what I'm saying? But we got, you know what I'm saying? We got clear lenses on. Ain't no blinders over here, man. Ain't no blinders over here. My shit, the Reaper's already on it. After the Gorman KO, Dubois has been the Wilder treatment with nothing but soft touches rather than steady increases in competition. That's why he wasn't ready for George. Absolutely, George. And you know, I've always been a proponent of one who believes that if you want your product to be if you want to have a great product, if you have a blue chip product, you should always be increasing its competition. I'm telling you, man. Motherfuckers can say what they want about Oscar De La Hoya, but he's moving Virgil Ortiz the right way. He's moving that kid the right way. When you know you have a blue chip talent, you are supposed to increase his opposition. You are supposed to take risks with that fighter because you need to know how far he truly can take it. If you were constantly fighting bum after bum after bum, all you were doing is inflating ego and deflating skill set. Inflating ego, deflating skill set. We got to stop this shit. Like, that's part of that's like a big portion of that's a big portion of what spoke to the live that I made last night about matchmaking. How we talking about how certain individuals are talking about the sweet science is killing fucking boxing. Man, go in the back room and fucking kill yourself. That's a part of the reason why, you know, I did that shit, because matchmaking plays a big part into what we're witnessing in the sport, what we're getting out of the sport, and not only fans, It benefits. It's mutually beneficial. It benefits the fans and it benefits the fighters, because the fighters need to have an increase in competition so they can continue to thrive and get better, and the fans need to see an increase in competition, because that's when you're going to get the better fights, the better wars. You're going to get to see a guy go in his trick bag. Now I'm going to ask you guys straight up, how are you going to go in your trick bag? Are you going to go in your trick bag and go hard and show a motherfucker all the tools you got in the shed if he ain't even level 1, if he ain't even Super Mario level 1 difficult? You're not, are you? You're just gonna give him what you need to give him. But why go turn it all the way up from a 1 to a 10 if the dude ain't even a 3? You know what I mean? You're gonna keep your levels. You're gonna in most cases, you're gonna match levels with levels. In most cases, I feel like half the time, these dudes gotta stop getting these fighters in position where you like, oh man, this dude is the guy you just can run through, whatever. You got to put some difficulty. You got to put some difficulty on your fighter, man. You have to. It benefits the fans, it benefits the business, and it benefits the fighter. Usaga's getting hyped up big. People think he'll whoop on AJ. That's because it's no different. Dragon Leg, that is no different than the Terrence Crawford effect, my brother. It's the same thing that they was doing with Sean Porter. Before Sean Porter was 1,000% ass cheeks, and he was nothing more but the PBC crash dummy. He was the fucking life jacket that they threw out the motherfuckers when they need to make somebody look okay or give somebody a fight, make them a little bit of money, keep them busy or whatever. You throw them Sean Porter just to, you know what I'm saying, boost their accolades and give them a half decent name under their record, knowing Sean Porter's a fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually what they would do. Now, Usyk, because everybody's threatened by AJ and they try to keep AJ away from, the belts and everything, what did they do? They try to throw Usyk in that way. Why ain't you fighting Usyk? Why aren't you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. They try to throw people in those same gauntlets, the ones that they ain't even walked in yet, because all it is just apprehension. You really don't want to see the guy. And like I said last night, motherfuckers know when another dude, if you have favoritism for a fighter, you know in your heart when you know another motherfucker is going to be a problem to him. Because that's the way I felt about Lennox Lewis when it came to Mike Tyson. Not Mike I was a baby when Mike was in his prime. I wasn't nothing more than, I was probably 2 years old. If that. 2, 3, maybe. Shit, I don't even think, I might even been in the nutsack. Truthfully. Well, regardless, fuck my life and how, you know what I'm saying, and how 2 hands ended up into the womb and all of that. That's irrelevant. But what I'm saying is, I know when I was a young dude coming up, my love for Mike Tyson and all of the tape that I watched on Mike Tyson with my pops. My pops was a fighter in the Navy. So when I watched all of the tape on Mike and shit like that, when I was growing up, when Mike got out of jail and then you knew he was going to fight Lennox Lewis, I knew that motherfucking Lennox Lewis was a motherfucking problem, and Mike wasn't going. There was a chance Mike couldn't beat that dude. So I used to talk all types of wild nut shit, like trying to keep him away from him and shit too. Like, why don't you go fight Evander Holyfield or something? Shit, fuck out of here. Lennox Lewis is a goddamn problem, man. A problem. Said I heard your question the wrong way. What question was that, Javi? What question was that? Damn, I don't even know how far I am from the top. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm way up there. Okay, let me slide down a little bit. Gabe Lopez, salute. Yeah, these motherfuckers coming in. LeBron, salute, family. AJ improves every fight, and it's noticeable improvements. Absolutely, man. He's a student of the game, man. He's truly a student of the game, and for those reasons, man, that's why I'm such a huge fan of Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua don't got no back down in his blood whatsoever. The face of boxing approves. Shout out to the face of boxing's eyebrows. There ain't no back down in Anthony Joshua's blood. And he conducts himself like yo, That's the type of person, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'll be wanting my nephews, you know what I'm saying, to look up to. Like that's the type of person that you want, you know what I'm saying, your kids, you know what I'm saying, to embody themselves. If there ever was a fighter that you would want your kids to, you know what I'm saying, like follow behind, look up to, Terrence Crawford, you know, Terrence Crawford, you know, Anthony Joshua, those type of guys, they're great guys, man. Great fucking guys, man. Inside and outside of the ring. And that's my thing. Character based inside and outside of the ring. And it doesn't waver. It don't change. My thing is this. If you turn it on, if it's turned on, it should always be that way. Don't be one of these dudes that, you know what I'm saying, turn on some fake shit, you know what I mean? And then, but you really a whole nother way. If you an introvert, bro, stop trying to act like you an extrovert. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's a fucking gentleman to his core, but he speaks his goddamn mind, and he ain't gonna let you fuck him over. That boy ain't gonna do that. But when it come time to fight, you best believe you better be ready, because he gonna talk that shit. He gonna talk that shit, and he gonna fuck you up. And he gonna let it be known how much he likes to talk shit and fuck you up. So you better be prepared for all that comes with a guy like that. But hell of a role model. Very great guy. I like ferocity. I like egotistical individuals because I think I'm cut from that shit myself. But at the end of the day, I don't like fraudulent shit. When shit don't start to match up, that's when, you know, we start to question, you know, integrity. We start to question the type of champion that you really are. We start to question, you know what I'm saying, the fame and the little bit of attention that these belts and certain things of that nature started to do to you. Because if it's starting to corrupt you now, it ain't just because it's just happening right now. It's always been there. Your dad always been waiting to be in this position. You can't think that the actions of the father don't trickle to the son. They do. They do. Two hands, my G. I've just come in. Hope you good, my brother. Hey, Tony, man, I'm great, man. Beautiful day in Maryland, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive, man. I'm well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all here. Man, shit, I'm great, bro. I hope you and your family good as well, man. Look, man, you know how the Reapers do it, man. What the fuck is the point of complaining? Because ain't nobody gonna fucking listen anyway, you feel me? We just keep it moving, we keep it positive, and we keep it prosperous, man. We keep it MPP, moving, positive, and prosperous, man. We keep that shit MPP, moving, positive, and prosperous. Bounce. This nigga said, Gotti, miss me with that shit, man. Talking about TSPT on the Undisputed Go, huh? That's what we doing. That's what we doing today. You fucking motherfucker, you. Oh shit, that dude. Oh my god, I love my fucking community, man. Y'all the best, man. Shakur admitted he don't know when to attack. He need time. Didn't I say that last night? Whoever was catching my live last night, didn't I say that last night? I said, this dude don't know when to press the attack. Honestly, I don't even think he's comfortable firing off a combination off of the freaking front foot. I'm telling you, he might not beat Jamel. He might not beat Jamel. Am I crazy for thinking that and saying that? Man, bro, I know what I be saying in this ring, man. That's part of the reason why y'all fuck with me. I know what I be saying in this ring, bro. That dude ain't ready. He's not ready. Loma would pick him apart. Jamel? I don't know, man. And he don't seem like he don't pack no punch. He don't pack no punch. Look, there's a difference between not knowing when to attack. But we're not talking about Miguel Berchelt. We're not talking about Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring. We ain't talking about nobody like that. We ain't talking about JoJo Diaz. We ain't talking about nobody like that. We're talking about who? Nakatila? A dude that literally only pumps out a double jab right straight. And you literally, your highest punch output for the entirety of the evening, if we are speaking from a per round aspect, was 15 fucking punches? 15? And this is the dude that's supposed to be the beast? And Demetrius Andre, what? Yeah. What? And Demetrius Andre born? And Demetrius Andre's what? But that's your beast, huh? When the haters so real, they got to tell lies. Face of boxing don't play that, man. We ain't doing that. Face of boxing don't approve, man. And if any, hey, and y'all let me know, if any one of these cornball dudes try to steal my whole face of boxing swag, throwing on the mask and doing all of that stuff, y'all better rip them apart, because y'all already know I started that shit, and I'm going to find a way to like patent it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Make it to where it's 1000% mine, because this shit is going places. Because it's like, it's the perfect way to make boxing look exactly what it's been for the past decade and some change. Bag over your head type of work. If y'all see anybody trying to jock my drip, when it come to me starting that, y'all let me know ASAP. I ain't playing that shit. I thought Oscar beat Tito as much as I love Tito. Yeah, he did beat Tito. He did beat Tito. He did beat Tito. But Gabe, the only thing that I was speaking to was the fact that he took those rounds off in the end because he thought that he did such a good enough job that he could have taken that time off, and you know he still was going to get the white. Points wise, he should have been all the way up like that. But it just shows you what the judges like and what they don't like, and what, you know, how fandom can sway judges' opinion, etc. So I feel like you should always keep your punch output up, always throw your hands, let them shits go, and you know what I mean. If you're going to take any round off, only take off the goddamn 12, and I'm talking the end of it. When you know you got that shit and you coasting to an end. Shakur admitted he don't know when to attack. He need time. Stevenson, I don't care how I look tonight. Jamela Valdez can beat me. Hold on, boxing guy. Do you mean Shakur said, I don't care? Because I didn't pay attention. I didn't care to even listen to his post conference because I had already summed up what I believed that the fight was, and I didn't need to hear it from any commentary or how they feel or whatever they say, because I'm not on board with none of their bullshit anyway. Boxing God, you saying that Stevenson said, did he say I don't care how I look tonight, Jamel or Valdez can't beat me, or they can beat me? Is that what he's saying? He's saying that they can't beat him no matter what? Because if that was his response based on that performance, man, young man, humble yourself. Young man, humble yourself. Yeah, you pitched the shutout defensively, but goddamn, nigga, your arms was stuck up your ass or something like that. I don't know if that nigga, like, yo, I don't know if that nigga arms was like, I don't know if I guess he left his arms at home or some shit. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Did the nigga forget he had arms? Was he tripping on DMT or something like that? Was something cataclysmic going on that he just couldn't figure out, like, what the hell happened? Because I don't think he realized that he had these. Oh my God. They are here. We'll use the motherfuckers then. See AJ knocking him out. Absolutely, man. Alexander Usyk is a cruiserweight to his core. Real soft body type body build. I mean, the dude is what, 6'3", I believe, 6'3", 6'4" at best, and that might be a hell of a stretch. I don't believe him to be taller than Luis Ortiz. I could be wrong. And if that's the case, I still don't believe that he has the capabilities to beat Anthony Joshua. Too big, too strong, too fast. These dudes is true heavyweights up there, man. They not playing heavyweight. They are heavyweights. So if you want to go up there and play with them niggas, you might be in for yeah, yeah. Them niggas might be forcing your ass back down somewhere you don't want to go. It might be long fishing trips and ice packs, buddy. Because I know you like to fish and dance. You might not be on the dance floor for a while unless you in a wheelchair spinning that bitch like this. Y'all gonna say Usyk on the floor and shit. Fuck out of here. Oh, man. The face of boxing approves. Come on, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. I haven't watched Fury versus Wilder press conference because I don't care about the fight so much. But I listened to a video of Fury saying it could be a fourth fight as well. Now I'm really not watching this bullshit. Man, look, man, I keep telling y'all, get ready for the shit. The fix is in, man. The fix is in. And like I said, you should expect it. And like I said, expect the talk points to be, I was asleep behind the wheel. I really didn't get up for this fight. I mean, look at him. I beat him both times and all of this other bullshit, and get ready for them to try to further the promotion and shit like that and try to steal money out of people's pockets and think that, you know, casual retards like them dummies at the PBC are going to become bigger fans of Wilder and pay for it. It's almost like these dudes is trying to finesse and wash each other back or whatever and trying to build each other career up through the American market because both of these motherfuckers don't sell like that. We got to remember that these dudes didn't even break even. They didn't even break even when it came to the pay-per-views on the second fight. The first fight was more of a success because it was held in the fucking arena of 18,000, I believe, 19,000 at the Staples Center. I believe the first one was at it at the Staples Center in LA? And the second fight was in Vegas, right? Or was it the T-Mobile Arena? I can't remember. But regardless of whatever it was a small venue. And I think only 17 to 18,000 people showed up for that. And I believe it was only 300,000 or so pay-per-view sales. And either way, you can't be like those type of numbers aren't going to do it. And consistently revisit this fight over and over and over and over again. It's not going to fucking do it. You guys need to pack it up and stop being scared of the two individuals that sit on the other side of the pond that rightfully have fucking rights to bust in your motherfucking asses. What I've always wondered is why does Fury always get a pass? He always seems to be able to handpick and get away with it, then get gassed up for a good win. Shit pisses me off, man. This is the delusions and the smoke and mirrors of boxing. Because if it benefits one, you know what I mean. If it benefits some, you know what I mean. They're gonna take advantage of running with that thing. And then, like I said, there are so many people that just want to hate on Anthony Joshua, whether it's because of color, whether it's because of country, whether it's because of just who he is. And just because they just don't want to see him win, whether it's Deontay Wilder, whether it's, you know, LDBC back channels, anything like that. Like, people just don't want to give credit where credit is due. And they just people want scrub ass niggas to be in the spot and then recognize talent and then recognize a dude for having the skill set, recognizing a dude for being a talented fighter, recognizing a dude for being a dude that applies pressure and puts real punishment and puts in real work in the heavyweight game. We know Fury has never defended a fucking belt. This will be the first time Fury defended a belt, and he's defended it on behalf of a spare tire, which is Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry, but Deontay Wilder is nothing but a journeyman to me. Everybody looks at him like he's a superior fighter, but you can't call yourself a superior fighter. You can't call yourself a top heavyweight in this era or any other area just because you got a belt off of a fucking fat ass remains to burn. I'm sorry, but if you put him in there with some of the real hitters in the top 5 of the heavyweight division, shit, I even think some cruiserweights will get him. Like he will crumble and fold. Wilder is not a good boxer at all. His power isn't even as legitimate as people believe it is. Because once again, when it came time for him to fight somebody who legitimately was considered a top pound for pound heavyweight, what happened? He couldn't even budge him. Hit him with full first in the first couple of rounds. It didn't even move his head. It was like, whatever. So all of this so-called power that people speak of, if you fighting a bunch of bitch-ass niggas who's going to fall at the mention of, you know what I'm saying, you being in their presence, what do you expect? It's no more than a fucking ghost story. You remember as kids when we used to fucking camp out or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or you had sleepovers at your homie's house when you was little. Everybody sat around in a circle and shit. You cut off all the lights, you grab the freaking flashlight, you flick the bitch on and shit, and then the one person starts and they tell a ghost story and shit like that, and then you move down the line and see who got the best ghost stories or whatever and try to scare the shit out of each other. That is Deontay Wilder's career. A bunch of fucking grown-ass kids sitting in the goddamn dark, acting completely oblivious to everything that is the truth in the boxing world, flicking on flashlight, making up this goddamn myth about this diabolical shit stain named Skitty. I ain't gonna save face for this clown. I ain't gonna save face for this clown. He is what he is. Fucking goofball, man. Oh shit, you good, George, man? Shit, I'm a random go live anyway. It's like I never like really go live based on a schedule, and I go live based on a feel. I'm not here to just try to just talk to motherfuckers to be talking. Like I'm gonna talk to people when I genuinely have something that I can lend to the game, or I genuinely feel as though I have something that is of substance that I can get off of my, you know what I'm saying, I can get my thoughts off and present it to y'all to where maybe it makes sense. And if it doesn't make any fucking sense, I can listen to y'all talk points and then I can make sense of what is the nonsensible. I do believe that there's a lot of motherfuckers who get up here and they talk to y'all niggas just because they want to talk and they just want money. They not even presenting no real good talking points to boxing. They ain't bringing no substance to the game. They ain't got no type of real integrity or nothing like that. These dudes ain't really, they not really popping with this YouTube boxing shit like that. Because for real, when it come down to it, I'm just keep my motherfucking mouth shut. For real. Because a lot of these niggas is bitches in this shit. I'm gonna tell you. I got respect for like really this many dudes in the YTBC. And it ain't that many. And it ain't that many. Names don't need to be said or anything like that. This isn't no fucking, this ain't Passions, this ain't General Hospital or nothing like that. It's just niggas is super goofy. And I realized that. You used to be about legacy. Now you're all about the bag. The bag. About T.O. being a 1 or 2. Yeah. Basically, I was speaking to his likeness. I was just saying put a 1 if you feel like T.O. If T.O.'s diminishing his likeness in your eyes, or 2 if he's increasing his likeness in your eyes. Shakur is a beast, and Andre is a beggar. Don't get that narrative shit crazy. Hey man, when I heard, oh my God, y'all caught that shit too? Y'all caught that too? So I wonder what the talk points would be after that performance. And I mean, that's my man. That's my man. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? And salute to everything he do over there. But dog, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I just felt like that shit just wasn't G, man. That wasn't G. But I mean, to each his own, man. I can't expect people, we all got our own ideology or whatever. And like I said, I respect dude. I got mad love for dude. But just dude, like on some levels, I be feeling like some be bugging. Right? And I ain't no need to, you know what I mean, do whatever here nor there. And if niggas take offense to what I'm saying, you know how to get at me. But we ain't this ain't for that. I'm just saying, speaking just to the talking point, since it was put out there to the public, nah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. That ain't cool at all. I don't know how you even gathered. I don't even know how you even came to that conclusion. How do you even draw that conclusion? What because if we want to be perfectly honest here, Who the fuck does Shakur Stevenson have on his fucking resume? Joette Gonzalez? Who does Shakur really beat? I mean, Shakur got a belt. Shakur got a belt that was vacated at 126 pounds. That of course, Oscar Valdez went up for, but I can't knock Oscar Valdez because he fought a goddamn Miguel Burchell. So who the fuck did who did Shakur beat to become this beast and all of this shit to where you're gonna put him in comparison to where goddamn Demetrius Andrade is a fucking beggar? This shit crazy. This shit crazy. This shit is crazy. The go along, get along gang is real, man. This shit is crazy. Brian Harkin, what's up, my brother? How you feeling, guy? But was Usyk a heavyweight in the amateurs? They pushing that now. Oh my God, dude! I swear to God, the only thing that needs to be pushed is them motherfuckers off of a goddamn cliff, Dragon Leg. That's it. They just need to stand at the edge of that motherfucker, and then I just kind of ride by on my four-wheeler and shit. Motherfucking go ahead and just burp the motherfucking throttle and shit, and just whip that bitch sideways and just let that motherfucking 450 just smack them off the edge of that motherfucker. Be like, ooh, did I hit something? Was it a rock? Was it a rock? Oh, man. Damn, man, I don't want to butcher your name. Let's just say Raja. Let's just say Raja. Salute to you, sir. Well, let's just say yay. First Staples Center and the second fight was MGM Grand. Okay, cool. So I was on point with that. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. I said, man, y'all motherfuckers help me when I can't even help my goddamn self. The Face of Boxing approves, man. Shout out to the Face of Boxing's eyebrow. Bro, I'm so freaking excited about Manny Pacquiao's fucking coming out party, bro. I can't wait, man. I just can't wait to see my dude like I can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see it. I got you, Dennis. I got you. Got a couple questions right before yours, and then I'll respond to that because we already know when it comes to that fucking topic, it is one that you just can't just answer the question and just be off of it. It's kind of layered there. You gotta dig into this dude's psyche, and it gets a little overwhelming. Another Fury narrative. I only lost to a king. AJ lost to a short fat guy. Wow. He lost to a short fat guy with over 100 amateur wins, with only like 5 losses, and he lost to a guy that was clearly a top 10 heavyweight who really would have got a W if he didn't fight Joseph Parker in New Zealand, and would have already been considered a WBO champion. Because, I mean, if we want to be perfectly honest about this, we probably would be seeing Andy Ruiz. We probably would have already seen Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua fight. And it would have probably been a different mind state for Anthony Joshua in that time and his evolution process if that fight did not happen in New Zealand. It's just funny how the world works. Very funny how the world works. Wizard Sleeve, you already know. I don't even have to answer that question because you already know my take on it. Shout out to my guy Wiz, though. Don't ask me. Don't say skitty 3 times in the mirror. Oh my God, you might have clogged toilets all through your fucking house. You might have fucking bubble fucking gut shit running all through your goddamn floor of your living room. Oh shit. Shout out to Dennis and Derek 2 TV. He says, what's your take on Wilder's radio silence? My take on Wilder's radio silence is it basically said everything once again. It basically said everything about Wilder that I've already and always said. He's mentally weak. He's fragile. Fury beat the boy to the point where he completely emasculated him. The way he handled himself was very unprofessional. The only people that would take this as an all business type of antic is those who are fucking fans of this goofball. And my thing is, at this point, his career is unsalvageable. And for an individual who said a motherfucker cheated you, drugged you, and all types of wild, just outlandish things, when you have the stage to say in front of that man, to say everything you want in the world to say, and you choose to say nothing, and you shout out your legal team based off of arbitration, not off of the justice based off of you being quote unquote drugged, I do believe this dude is a fucking Bama of the week, man. I do believe this dude is a fucking punk, man. I do believe this dude is a gump, man. I do believe this dude is something that the world should be fucking dragging through the mud. In media, outside of media, I do believe his likeness should have fucking slipped somewhere in the Mariana Trench somewhere. I do believe that nobody should be showing this gentleman any type of respect, and he should be outed for the type of person he is, a fucking coward. Like there's no reason for that, because if that was anybody fucking else, that shit would be completely unacceptable. Why is it okay for him, man? Oh, we all know Canelo's an angel. Canelo can do no wrong. We all know that. We all know that, Dragon Leg. We all love the Passion Reaper. And who else has the face of boxing and Super Nipple Sunday? Nobody. I be always coming up with this shit off the fly, bro. I don't be thinking about this shit. Like, I don't sit down and think about it. Like, I think about the conversations that I have with y'all and shit like that. And then we'll just be talking. Real shit. Because y'all know I freestyle this whole shit. I don't think of topics or anything. Whatever comes to my mind, we just do it. Imagine if I actually programmed, plotted, and literally thought this shit out. You don't think this shit will be just as vicious as the motherfucking edits? But I feel like, when you speak to people, you should be organic. You should be organic in your truth. You shouldn't be on no robot shit or trying to walk and stay in a certain fucking lane, because that's when you got to try to hold order and all of that bullshit. Fuck out of here with that. I'm talking to men, and I'm talking to women. And I want to talk to men and women freely. I don't want no control on I don't need this is my shit. We don't need no fucking control. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but if anybody pop off with a Super Nipple Sunday, or they call that nigga Super Nipple Spence, or they try to put bags on their head and call themselves the face of boxing, and they do anything that's remotely close to that, they got it from the boy, man. Because I ain't going for that shit either. Because I don't bite nobody, so a nigga don't need to bite me. Like, at the end of the day, I just be coming up with shit off of the fly, and it just happened to stick. It just happened to stick because I've always had a gift of being able to just do shit. Like, I don't need to, like, overthink it. I don't need to, like, and that's the problem with people. Niggas be trying to plot out a formula because they want more out of the shit. Like me, I just want, you know what I'm saying? All I ever wanted is my respect. That's it. All I ever wanted is my respect. Earned, not to be given. I always just wanted to earn my respect in the shit. Never wanted to be given. And I get it. So at the end of the day, it's all it boils down to with me. Give me my respect. I respect you like you respect me. But man, don't bite my fucking wave. Don't do that. Cause I can see it coming, yo. I can see it coming. Cause when the moment I thought about that shit, I was like, this shit's so fucking dope. I was like, look at the state of motherfucking boxing right now. I done threw a fucking bag on my head and called this shit the face of boxing. It don't get no better than that shit. Look, I could be a nigga that toot my own horn or whatever, but I do think that shit was creative and fire as fuck. And when I actually because like I said, I fucked my computer all the way up, and I got kids and shit like that. I got to get another computer. That shit and the computer that I want and I need ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take me a little while to get it. So I got mad other shit going on. So, you know what I mean? My editing shit might not be what they need to be for a little bit, but as soon as I get this other computer and these other motherfucking boards and shit like that, it's going down. It's going down. Two Hands, what about the fight on Saturday? Did the PBC do a good job? Man, what? Did they do a good job? What? Is this a serious question? Gerald, is this a serious question? Because if it's a serious question, you already know I'm willing to answer it. But I figured you would already know what I thought about this. Considering I just made the war report earlier this week, and that's what I'm gonna start doing for the fight schedule. We doing the shit called the war report. We're gonna pull up the fight schedule week by week. I'm gonna make a video. It's called the war report, and we're gonna pull up the fight schedule week by week, and we're gonna talk about the shit. We're gonna talk about the fights that's coming up, and I'm gonna just be honest in interpretation. If the motherfucker's 50-50, we're gonna say the shit 50-50. If it's just an ass fight, and then you know what I'm saying, it's something that I just don't feel like getting out of fucking bed for, I'm gonna tell y'all about that shit too. They show the defensive stat Shakur gets hit for Andre gets hit 5 or something like that around. It's not a big difference. It's not a big difference at all. But the biggest difference is their offensive output, and we already know that Demetrius Andre has a very good fucking offensive output. Who you think will win if they do make Loma versus TO2? I think Loma will get him out the way. I think Loma can get him out the way, you know what I'm saying, 12 rounds easy, or potentially even knock him out if he pours on the volume the way he should pour on the volume. But at the same time, Lomachenko, he gonna be apprehensive about the punch too. T.O. is still a much bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? I think, Lomachenko just got to make sure he don't get cracked. But if Lomachenko keep hands on him, comes in with hella endurance, stamina up, trains more for the endurance aspects of the fight and for the high volume aspects of the fight and controlling his lactic acid and things of that nature and trying to get that shit in control, Loma will just pour on the fucking punch output and just bedazzle this fool with technique and he'll beat him. Because T.O. can't box, man. He can't box. He depends on one punch. He doesn't have a jab. He don't have no real head movement. He depends on one punch. In and out. Hook. Waits for you. Shoulder roll. He waits for the tap and shoot it back. Like, man, Loma can take advantage of all of that because T.O.'s shoulder roll ain't good enough to where he can get out of the way of Loma. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Pivot. Boom, 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 boom. Pivot. Boom, 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 boom. He ain't good enough to where he can really get out of the way of that. Lomachenko versus Nagatani. How do you see it going? And is there any fights on the undercard that I'm interested in? Well, Terry, salute to you. I haven't necessarily looked at the undercard for Lomachenko versus Nagatani yet, so I don't really know what's on that, so I can't really judge that aspect of it yet. But as far as the fight, I think it's a sensational fight. I think it's a great fight. It presents a lot of danger to Lomachenko. Lomachenko is the much smaller guy in this situation. Nagatani has shown that he is a very awkward fucking fighter. Nothing that he does is orthodox. Nothing that he does is necessarily something that you can pinpoint and gauge and be like, it's something that is studious and methodical. He's just pretty much kind of like a wild, like if you would compare him to, like, say, the personalities of your children or whatever, he would be the free-spirited kind of wild one. The one that just kind of just does everything his own fucking way, and everybody has their own path to, you can have whatever your path is, to whatever your equation is, but as long as we end up with the same mathematical equation, that's all that matters. And I kind of look at Nakatani that way. Like, he just kind of finds his own way to get the outcome that he and his coach is looking for. So I just think that it presents a true element of danger to a Vasily Lomachenko, and it is a much more dangerous fight than George Kambosos versus Teofimo Lopez. I can tell you that much. Lomachenko has thrown himself into a much tougher fight than what Teofimo Lopez is, mandated or not, because there's a lot of elements of danger here, and there is no guarantee that Lomachenko wins this fight, even though I think he wins it. If he does what he does best, which is box, 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 footwork, box, befuddle him, just befuddle the shit out of this guy, box his whole freaking head off, stay close range, just move, pivot him, and just give him that work. It should be a win for Loma. But He got to worry about the smack. He got to worry about his awkwardness, and he has to worry about, there's a chance that Nakatani could just come in there and just take the Orlando Salido approach and just kind of just try to just bully him the entirety of the fight, because he's just a smaller fighter. He knows he doesn't necessarily have the skill set to compete with him. He knows that he's not going to outbox Lomachenko. He knows that he's not going to beat Lomachenko to the punch. So there's only one or two things that he can do. He can stay behind the jab and try to stay long, but how good is he at that? Or he can just be completely unorthodox and just try to railroad bully this guy and make it rough, tumble, and ugly as he fucking possibly can, and just rough him up and try to fuck him up and just make it one of those kind of one of those bully, bullying type fights. But once again, an anomaly and an absolutely great fight. But if I had to bet my money on it, I'm betting my money on Vasily Lomachenko. D Hodges, salute. What it do? Baltimore Racks, what's goody? People in the building. You already know. Southpaw Killer, what it do, my G? Damn, I'm here late, bro. What I missed, man. We've been cooking on a lot of shit, King. Just a lot of shit, man. We've been talking a lot of cash shit. Why does the fight card look like that it should be a way bigger fight card than that? The PBC messing up boxing. This weekend should be big. Man, look, man. The PBC is a fucking joke, man. Like, look, they don't have... And I'm going to tell you why, Gerald, the fight cards probably look the way they look, yo. It's because these motherfuckers really don't have... They really don't have the money to waste. They don't really have just the money to just be throwing around here and there. Kind of like if you've been looking at their events, they only put on what is supposed to be, and that's that. Nothing that comes of any value doesn't really fall underneath of it. You might get 2 bouts in the evening, shit, 3 if we lucky. I have no idea. But I know they've been fucking up a lot of chicken. So, it's just, man, they can't even put together a solid, they can't even give you a schedule for the entirety of 2021. They put that shit, they never have anything together. And that's just all based off of behalf of you got slim pickings, and y'all have been fucking up money for the past, y'all been fucking up money since Spike TV. These are facts. Now, and like I said, they're locked into a Cox Cable deal to where it's almost that you at like a Russian roulette kind of standstill. Who's going to blow their own freaking brains out when it comes to the finances here? Because somebody's going to have to take the L. And what I mean by that is this. Both of y'all got a loaded gun to your freaking heads in this aspect, because y'all settled into a deal when you didn't really look at the particulars of the roster and what they had. Did you fall into a sales pitch of saying that we're going to grab this fighter and this fighter and this fighter? Or did you genuinely, Cox Cable, look at the stable of fighters that the PBC already has, and did you look at the amount of time that these individuals fight? Because most of their fighters only fight once or twice a year, if they lucky. Some of these dudes don't even make it out twice. A majority of these dudes don't even make it out twice a year. And the only ones that's going to fight twice a year are the ones that can potentially bring them back something. So, and Fox ain't willing to dump that money in it. So I'm just like, who is going to break away from this retarded deal that we made? Because as you see, they're doing exactly what I've been saying they were going to do in Ring IQ and so many other of us. They've been giving us shoddy fights like Chris the nipple out of nipple Areola and Andy Ruiz, which happened to turn out to be a good fight, but should you be paying $50 for it? Or should that be on basic cable? Or should that be kind of like a Friday night fight kind of main event type shit like back in the day? You dig what I'm saying? If they're charging us for things like this, that means, the Badu Jacks, the Marcus Browns of the world, the guys, the Marcus Brown, Badu Jack, kind of like Badu Jack, John Pascal fights are the type of fights that they will try to charge us on a pay-per-view. And which is truly unfortunate, because the business model has just completely failed these Negroes, man. And these are the reasons why we kind of look at the undercards and things like that, and you or I have to scratch our head and wonder what the fuck is going on. Like, look at the fight that they're putting together right now. Juan Montiel versus Hitman Charlo. Why is that? Because these dudes can't afford to pay nobody else, man. If they're gonna pay Jamal what Jamal is currently getting now, and they're gonna pay, man, them dudes don't got it, man. That's just what it boils down to at the end of the day. They don't have it, and unfortunately, the fight fans are gonna have to suffer from, you know what I'm saying, from their felonious spendings. Yes, felonious spendings, allegedly. I bet on T.O. the first fight, but it's hard to beat a technician twice. So I'm thinking I'm going back with Loma wins. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because it's just like when it comes to sweet science dudes and it comes to technicians or whatever, it's like, yo, some of the worst things you could do is let a person get tape on you and get a second look at you. Because when a motherfucker got tape on you, when they can get a second look at you or whatever, oh man, they just sitting there stewing. Motherfuckers might be eating their oodles and noodles or something, or they cereal and shit, just like, I fucked up right here, but I got his ass. We going straight to the gym. Bah, 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 bah. They working. Every time they see him, they want to press his ass out because they know. They like, yeah, I got him this go round, because they already see. And if anybody watched that fight with a sound state of mind, you would see after round 6 and beyond, I would say round 6, round 7-ish, man, Teofimo Lopez didn't have an answer for anything that he was doing besides being on the back foot, smiling, acting like he wasn't getting hurt up until round 12 when he caught him with something and he made it definitive for me. But if Loma comes out there and he actually attacks early and stop posturing and worrying about the power and stuff like that, because it's inevitable, my dude, you're going to get hit. The thing is, how do you take away from the sting? Like, how do you take away from his sting? You're gonna have to get on the inside and understand what are his, what is T.O.'s kryptonite? Where's T.O. best at? T.O. sucks on the inside for one. T.O. sucks on the inside, and his power is generated from mid-range, you know what I'm saying? Mid-range quick twitch to a kind of a hop and hook. So as long as you take away his length, you take away his power. So you're going to have to get inside his wheelhouse. Can't be operating normal on the outside and stuff like that, letting them hit you in your body, hitting you in your kidneys and stuff, got you feeling like you want to pee on yourself. That ain't going to work out, kid. That ain't going to work out. JJ Romano, salute. Thoughts on Pac Spence undercard. Ugas versus... Ooh! Abel Ramos versus Ugas? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Niggas be trying to trash my nigga Abel Ramos, but Abel Ramos got dog in him. Abel Ramos will fight your motherfucking ass. Ass Shango, ass Ugas, ass a lot of these niggas out here. Shit. Ass Mighty Mo Hooker. Ass Mighty Mo Hooker. Yeah. You know what I mean? As far as the undercard, bro, Boots versus Clayton, got Boots on that. You know what I'm saying? But a good undercard, yeah, definitely a good undercard. I like that fight. That is the one fight that the PBC has put together this summer that I can honestly say that they'll get my viewership and they'll get my money for it. But I got Manny knocking the boy out. I got Manny knocking the boy all the way the fuck out. Other than that, recycle bin city. That's what the PBC do. They recycle and reuse. And then they just think you as fight fans are supposed to just keep going along with this bullshit and keep having to pay for this shit. Nah, man, they do y'all a disservice. They do us a disservice every time these motherfuckers step out, man. Like, stop treating your people like this, dog. Like, y'all gonna have... Look, it's at the point now where they've recycled their fighters so much, they ain't going to have no choice but to play ball. And then when you're going to have to play ball with other individuals, this is what's going to take place. They going to stick the shiv in you. They going to stick the shiv in you, yo. I promise you that. Like, look, because y'all have always made it a point to stick it to everybody else and not try to work with everybody else. and dog and downplay and sick your little LDBC minions on everybody else in the media, the delusional ones. Shout out to my bro D Hodges though, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody in the LDBC. And this is another thing too, I must say this. I must interject and say this. Everybody in the LDBC ain't bad. You know what I mean? There's niggas that might rock with that side that's genuinely cool people, and they don't all think like crash test dummies. But there are a bunch of them niggas that are crash test dummies though. So like I was talking on the show the other day, I said we can't condemn everybody for the actions of, you know what I'm saying, the few. You know what I mean? So we just gotta be mindful of that shit though. We cannot fuck with the LDBC, but just because people associate with them letters or whatever, don't necessarily mean that they all fucked up too. But yeah, man, them dudes, man, they gonna have to, when it come time for them having to deal with other people. Now peep game. What did I say the moment we found out about Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence? What did I do? I made a live call. Reaper Gang Radio, the new freezer. And I said, get ready for the 80-20, 90-10 Terrence Crawford talk. Didn't I tell y'all that? And what did Errol Spence come out and say the other day? What do you want to do now? What does he so-called want to do now? After he fight Manny Pacquiao, he want to fight who? Terrence Crawford. Why do y'all think that is? If it's true, even if he gets past Manny Pacquiao, which he won't, in my eyes, he won't. He's not good enough. If this is a Novada situation, and we got the Manny Pacquiao who's just coming off of beating the Keith Thurman, who I believe has a much better acronym than a Errol Spence, who I believe has a little bit more punch power than an Errol Spence, considering that if you look at his record and abilities at 147 compared to Errol not being able to knock out a lightweight and not knocking out anybody in the welterweight division since 2018, I'm just simply stating what are the facts here. So Keith Thurman is a much better boxer and has a much better defensive prowess than an Errol Spence. So what do we think a Novada Manny Pacquiao who got adequate rest gonna do? What do we think? I line niggas. I do my homework. I find niggas. Them niggas, they did that. They my niggas. Manny Pacquiao gonna line that nigga. He gonna line him. There's talk of Josh Taylor fighting Crawford, and it makes sense with both being on the top rank and being undisputed. But what you think of a fantasy fight between Josh Taylor and Jerron Boots Ennis? Man, Boots can't beat Josh Taylor. Boots can't beat Josh Taylor. Nope. Don't stand a chance. If we keep watching it, they're going to keep giving us that less than average fight. Absolutely, Southpaw. That's why I always encourage people. I'm like, man, dog. I'm like, man, look, man. Stand 10 toes down on your integrity, Slim. Stop giving these motherfuckers your viewership. These motherfuckers gotta earn it, because without us, they don't have a fucking thing. Without us, they don't have a fucking thing. I'm telling you, without the fans, they aren't shit. They can't do anything without you. They can't do anything without me. If they don't have us, they don't have nothing. Period. Period, man. We would make this shit move. We would put money in their pocket. They need them gates. They need us to show up. What is a boxing event with empty seats? So keep on going out here and thinking that y'all got enough power, y'all got enough juice to where you can do stuff by yourself. Keep thinking that y'all massa, Al Heyman over there, is doing so many beneficial things for your career, because y'all are so stupid to think and do business on your own and actually go out and see what type of beneficial persons and financially substantial contracts that you could, build for yourself. And just staying on one side of the street because what? You blinded by this shit? The fuck is you talking about? Just because a nigga black don't mean he good for you. I know plenty of black niggas that'll rock. Allegedly. I know some scoundrel. I know some slime bucket ass niggas, man. Not saying the people I surround my circle with are like that, but I know people who are just grimy by nature when it comes to business, when it comes to finances, when it comes to any part of life you want to think about or even walking into. They are all there. And if you think just because you are interacting with a black man that Negro won't rob you, I promise you that nigga's gonna have you in everything but your drawers and tube socks. I promise you that. I promise you that. The motherfucking face of boxing approves. Shout out to the face of boxing's eyebrows. You heard? If you don't think people of your race can get over on you, then my man, you are sadly mistaken. Everything should be done in a situation of black and white. If you're doing everything based on handshakes, I just heard this nigga Errol Spence say, this nigga, yo, he admitted to making less money than goddamn Terrence Crawford and shit, and admitted that he wasn't no boss. He said when he signed with PBC, he took a stipend. A stipend? From daddy. You took a stipend a month from daddy? You ain't want to be your own man and take a $300,000 signing bonus and stand on your own 2 feet? So you rather have a stipend from daddy, huh? But these are y'all bosses, man. Man down promotions, man. I got it. I got it. I get it now. I get it. Well, man, look, man. Just because you my friend, just don't think I won't bust your ass. Sure, for sure. For sure. And these dudes got to stop acting like the PBC is the promised land for everything African American. That is the most delusional horse shit I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard, like, look, man, motherfuckers believed in Jim Jones and what? Motherfuckers believed in Jim Jones and then what? Just saying, man. I'm just saying. If Manny is Manny, then EJ loses. And my thing is, look, Gerald, Manny hasn't given me anything. Manny hasn't given me anything to say that Manny isn't Manny. Manny has proven in fighting the Keith Thurman that Manny is Manny, and Manny has proven that, look, he's had nothing but time to rest, and we know this guy stays in shape, and we know this guy stays on par with his weight. So, look, man, I just believe that Manny has not, this isn't a situation we're going in where Manny's regressed. I truly believe that they think Errol is talented enough to end this guy. Just purely end him and just get this dude out the way and be able to benefit their promotional outfit and benefit and making Errol a star based off of this shit. Unless Manny goes out there and he's taking a dive for the fuck nigga, man. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But I don't believe that Errol Spence can beat Manny Pacquiao, and a lot of the great boxing, a lot of the greatest fighters in the world, they don't believe it either, even at the age of 42. Go look at Errol fights and tell me what says that Errol can beat Manny Pacquiao right now. As we always say at the end of this shit, man, it costs you nothing. Hold on, I'm gonna read one more. Bruce Bain just dropped an article of Spence saying to Al Heyman, he wants Crawford next after Manny. If he don't get him, he moving to 154. That's probably because people have been putting so much motherfucking pressure on his ass and letting him know how much of a coward he is. His body can't take it. He can't keep staying at 147 pounds. He's not a 147 pound fighter. And I hope to God that is true. But the only reason that he's saying that, I truly believe, is because there is nothing else left for him at 154, at 147, and he barely can make it. He can't even make it for real. And it's zapping his power and his potential. I think Errol Spence would be a hell of a lot better fighter at 154 pounds, and it would bring another element of competition at 154 than he was at 147. Errol at 154 pounds is a lot bigger of a threat than Errol at a 147. This dude can't keep sucking the life out of himself trying to make weight there. That's why his power is at. That's why he can't knock nothing. That's why he can't even knock over a damn styrofoam cup in 147. Because he's killing himself there. You keep draining yourself for them weigh-ins and then think you're going to go into a fight fucking 2 days later and be ready? Because while you draining yourself, Manny Pacquiao making that shit like this. Throwing down pizza and drinking whatever. Like, you can't do it like that. So I would like to see Errol, because here on Reaper Gang Radio, we don't dislike any individuals. We only, base our talking points, and we base our opinion off of what the fighters give us, based off of what they do and what they don't do. And we hold them accountable to what they say and they don't say. Just as well as I would expect people to hold me accountable to the shit that I say and I do. Because I'm on this fucking screen. So clearly, niggas got to be held accountable. So it's not that I dislike Errol Spence. I just think Errol Spence was a fucking alcoholic. He made a lot of bonehead moves. He said a lot of fucking things. He never backed them up. And it just never didn't add up. And all of the shit that he claimed he was, he never even proved it. He's only campaigned in one division. And they've literally created a whole narrative to try to, blackball Terrence Crawford. And that's just some shit that I don't fuck with. I believe that, because at one point in time, I thought Errol was going to be a great cream of crop, top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. And now I just believe Errol Spence to be a jester and a joke. And I don't want to have those feelings about him. But he would have to show me something different. And you know how he would show me something different? If he goes out there and he does that. Because, once again, nobody in this boxing game is looking forward to the fight for what Errol Spence can do with Manny Pacquiao. You should be able to beat Manny. You're the younger, fresher, supposedly stronger fighter. You're supposed to be the unified champion. You're supposed to be a top pound-for-pound fighter of the world. Mr. Man Down. That's how the whole world looks at you. So, you should be expected to go out there and do the things you do to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be faster. He shouldn't be stronger. None of those things. He's not longer. You're taller. You hold every advantage in the cookbook. You hold all the advantages. You're not missing any of the ingredients. You hold every advantage. But nobody's looking for what you're going to do in this fight. Everybody's looking to see what the 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao still has in his tank, and if he's going to ascend to achieving another level of greatness and become the unified champion of the world. 3-belt holder at 147. 1 belt away from being undisputed. And that motherfucker might go for undisputed if he beats Errol. So, that's all we looking forward to, man. We looking forward to Manny Pacquiao's greatness. This ain't even about Errol Spence. So it's just because when it comes to this fight with Errol Spence having it, we're not impressed. We knew he would get this fight. I do believe he had one fight left with fucking the PBC, I do believe. Considering that, MP Promotions and Sean Gibbons and Manny Pacquiao have made it very clear where their allegiance is with right now. So, all I'm saying is, man, you go out there and do what you're supposed to do, we're going to rep you the right way. And I do, and motherfuckers know, when you on the right side of Reaper Gang Radio, bruh, it's a good look for you. It's a real good look. When you on the wrong side of Reaper Gang Radio, god damn it, that shit stink. Ask Deontay Wilder, ask a bunch of these niggas I done got on their head. Like, yo, when the marathon continues, ooh, shit get ugly. If Manny wins, do you think he fights Crawford next? Yeah, I think he'll take that fight. Because at that point in Manny's career, he's done proved that, he done got past Errol Spence. Manny's done did everything. Manny's done everything as an A-division champion, like, 8-weight world champion. Like, and then topping that shit off with Errol Spence, people had already put him in the realm as being, if not one of the greatest fighters, probably the top, top 5, top 10 greatest fighters of the world. If not in a lot of people's top 5. So with that being said, I believe that he would take that fight, because at that point he would have nothing else to lose in his career other than a couple of brain cells. But nobody would frown on you for going out and fighting Errol Spence, then fighting Bud Crawford. I would have to I would have so much love and respect for Manny Pacquiao, that shit wouldn't make no sense. That motherfucker would be a living legend on Reaper Gang Radio. I'd go out of my way to make like a Manny dedication segment or some shit like that. Get that nigga his own statue on Reaper Gang Radio or some bullshit. EJ flat-footed, but his fans don't see that. But I like him. But he better move more, or keep picking fighters that's like him. Yo, that's the thing. Derek, he fights exactly like his trainer, like his coach trained him, Derek James. And Derek James is going to be the one that's going to be able to help him and will him to a victory in this fight. I'm just sorry, man. I just don't believe that Manny Pacquiao has what it takes to fuck. I mean, I just don't believe that Errol Spence has what it takes to fuck with a Manny Pacquiao. But, man, I was supposed to be out of here like 45 minutes ago, y'all. I was been supposed to leave, man. I got to go get race gas, oil, and some more shit, to, you know what I'm saying, to get the bikes fueled up for the ride today. Like, niggas probably going to be like, yo, they probably cussing me the fuck out right now. So I got to get Ghost. But I give him a small chance against Spence, but no way he beats Bud. Hell nah, he don't beat Bud at all. So the WBA Super is on the line. Yeah. They stripped Pork and Bean Salute. Yeah, they stripped they regressed. They regressed Ugas back down to the WBA regular, and you know the WBA Super is gonna be back on the line for Manny. Manny is no longer a champion in recess. So yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens, but August 24th, man, we got a lot of good things to look forward to, man. So, as we always say, yo, this has been great, man. It's been a great boxing conversation, man. Shout out to all of the people that slid through, you know, Gotti Line, the Ace, the OG. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Motherfuckers can't drive at all, but me and my boys, we've been riding since we literally came up out the vagina. Like, we've been riding since like 4 or 5 years old, man. But, and we got our own trails and our own land and all of that shit. So yeah, man, it should just be a good day. Should just be a good fun day of riding. But Nathan Kerr, salute. Gotti Line, salute. Pork and Bean, salute. Nicky Dub, salute. BJ Ben, Jeff, Gerald, Terry Tibbs, Nathan Kerr, Chin Smoke, Nick Harmer, salute, King. Smurf Ageful. Oh, you came for the face of boxing? You came for the face of boxing, man? You came for the face of boxing, man? Smurf Ageful, salute. John B. Poetic, salute. LeBron, salute, King. Dave Romano, salute. Surgeon of Death, D. Hodges. Man, everybody, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for sticking it out with the Reaper, man. Boxing God, you already know what it is, man. You already know, man. Dragon Leg, Dennis and Dare2 TV, Wiz, Rajay, salute. Don't ask me, my God. Brian Harkin, man. George, the Soul Survivor Reborn. Yo, man, the fucking the face of boxing would like to tell all of y'all, man, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. And motherfucking Duce the Reaper is out. Respect though. Fah Fah. You already know what the fuck it is.